And I'm a firm believer of sharing the experiences, and one of the initiatives actually I did in my organization and the group I represent. One of the initiatives, just practically what we learnt in life, I just put together. And one initiative I am running with the organization and got a very good response and very good results. So I thought, let me share it with you, maybe it would be useful to you. And then some of us may get benefit and compensate for that in the evening. The today's topic, I picked it up, one of the initiatives for the leadership development from the practical experience about the mentoring. Lots of us, with all that experience, people look towards us that what is that made you to this? And we just tend to actually ignore the kind of mentoring we would have received over the years. Mentoring, what is mentoring? It's very simple in my experience. The conversations we pick up, the way we actually speak to each other. If they can create an insight, they can provoke a thought, from there actually the mentoring commences. The moment there is a respect in our mind that I think I'm speaking to some gentleman who has a knowledge or experience or a strength which can actually positively influence me to actually grow. I think from there the beginning happened. Create an environment to enable learning. It's not the teaching like a classroom teaching or anything. It has to be an experiential learning over a period. It can be paced from 6 months to 2 years, or even for life. We keep learning and accept someone as our mentor. And at the end of the mentor-mentee relation, when we actually initiate the entire process and work towards that for 6 months to 2 years or lifelong, as I mentioned in the beginning, both should benefit. And with my experience, some of them I have actually captured here. What is that a mentor can also benefit? It's not always that mentee look forward for the benefits. If I am or one of us take part as a mentor, there's always enhanced self-esteem that I'm grooming a lot of people. I'm actually building another HR team. That's a proud moment for anyone to be a mentor. And a new perspective, when you keep talking to them, you get a lot of ideas, you get a lot of inputs. You actually sometimes open, oh, this is the thing happening, I won't know from the other functions. And you will be able to leave a mark when your mentee succeeds. And in the organization, if you pick up actually cross-functional mentors, mentees, then you get to know a lot of actually other activities happening across the organization. And there could be potential problem solvers. The time taken, you should be able to actually spare time, which is a big challenge for all of us. If you're focused, if you're passionate, definitely you need a lot of time to do that. It's not easy. It's not easy. Because those mentor-mentee meetings will be very lengthy, very exhaustive. In the beginning at least, when you both have to understand each other, when you both have to understand the purpose, the essence of the purpose more importantly. And at times the mentors becomes very possessive. They would want the mentee to only listen to them. They would want to copy them sometimes. They would want them to follow them. That's a danger. You just encourage them and leave it to them to decide. Make him think, give him a lot of options, and it's not necessary that what worked for me can work for others. And at times you are challenged, and if you are actually having a psychological fear in the mind, what will happen after all this mentoring session? This mentee will say that I haven't benefited anything. His failure also may influence our thinking, but we should be prepared for that. It's fine. Then somewhere one of us did not have the commitment to actually make the other one successful, which is okay, as long as our desire is sincere. And benefits to the mentee, he can have a very planned, targeted development. He can plan his actually career goals, he can plan his life goals, he can align both, he can actually align his personal and career goals to the business goals. With the mentor's help, there is a planned direction you get. There are a lot of times you're confused, the situations are new to you, whereas your mentor would have experienced those challenges in the past. So he will help you guide into achieving your goals in a systematic way. Then definitely with all that hard work and learnings, there is a likelihood of higher success than the current success. There will be positive effect. You will carry on the same influence to your colleagues, your peers, or your actually team working with you. And awareness about other people, other processes. There's a lot of knowledge gained for the mentee. And possible problems for the mentee as well. I just try to put that for awareness. At times we may have unreal expectations that I have a wonderful, successful boss with whom very closely I am working. Why am I not getting the kind of recognition or the kind of promotions we may look forward or the kind of favors we may look forward? It's not always possible. Or the kind of time frame you have in the mind that within 3 months or 6 months or a year, I should be gaining everything else. It's impossible. So that's where if unreal expectations if you're not practically thinking how much time it would take, can cause a problem. And lots of time after you have a dialogue with your mentor, you come back and actually gossip with our friends. इसको कुछ आता नहीं यार, बहुत time waste किया मेरा. Lots of time we hear this, isn't it? Because if you go with preconceived notions, we miss out, we do not pay attention to what he's saying. Only when there is a mutual respect, mutual actually fondness for what we are actually intend to do, then we can succeed. And most of all, it's very important to have the commitment from both mentor and mentee. These are some of the practically I picked up success sutras if the mentor and mentee has to be successful in their mentoring process. It must be purely voluntary with keenness to learn and grow without any selfish interest. Being a mentee must also be purely voluntary. I cannot handpick some people and say, I'm going to coach you only. Then I miss out someone who has the passion and interest to actually work with me and learn certain things or with others. The mentor can be no more committed to the success than the mentee himself. That I touched base in the beginning. And the mentee should set the pace and follow, because as you know, the experienced hands and with senior positions, they'll be quite busy. The mentee must ensure that he follows up. He keeps sending a reminder email or SMS, WhatsApp, whatever it is, by any means, but we should reach and remind them. Like the way Bhaskar, whenever he invites guests, he does religiously to make sure that they come and participate in this. The mentor needs to become absolute as soon as feasible, because you should not continuously influence his next actions. You know, after you have the dialogue, give him the guidelines, give the path, take a back seat, make him do that. You don't do it for him. That's one of the sutras I thought we must do. And it's a source of encouragement. There are lots of time actually, they may bring in the personal problems as well for the discussions. You will have to wisely actually divert your conversation. Bring him back to focus on the major issues, what he has. Then actually, you know, oh, you also add something. Acha, aise baat hai. So that's very important for us. How do we actually pick up the conversations? And just to begin, you know, focus these 4 questions which I keep asking my team, my managers, my business heads. Where am I now? Keep generating the interest for him. Where do I want to be next? And how do I get there? And how am I doing and what else I should do to get there, to fulfill my desires? And the mentor firstly facilitates, make him, the mentee, to reflect and explore the options available. Make him focus on learning, problem solving, strategic planning, and so that he can take the decisions himself. The mentoring conversation aims at facilitating the self-development rather than help him to develop yourself. For any relation, any learning, if we actually look at to have a success, the commitment and passion both should have. We must adjust our mindset to receive guidelines, to receive actually sometimes strong feedback as well. And the mentor has to listen very actively. He should not say, okay, Ramesh, come on, carry on, say, and then I keep typing or I keep answering my mobile. Repeat their concerns to understand that both of us are at the same pace and same actual level of understanding. Be empathetic. Sometimes he could be actually very delicate, sensitive issues he brings up either from his department or other departments. And at the end of it, we should be able to present a solution. Otherwise, they will only remain as conversations, dialogues, and no action. and suggest action for him to actually initiate. And then we must follow up in the next meeting, whether you want to do it fortnightly or monthly or quarterly. Use that occasion to share the feedback. Thank you so much, guys.